This is the story of the Massenomics podcast and how I, Tanner Baird,
and me, Tommy DeFay, made a successful niche podcast in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info.
We published our first episode in April of 2016. We had 3 hosts, and it was an audio-only show.
We were pretty bad in the beginning, but we made a commitment to publish 1 episode every week, no matter what. A video version of each episode got added to YouTube at episode 30, and we still have done that to this day.
It probably wasn't until about 50 episodes in that we all started to find a style that works for us. We tried a few different studio setups in those first 100 episodes.
At episode 124, one of the original hosts left, and it became a 2-man show going forward. We also changed studios again at this time.
At episode 172, we changed studios yet another time. This was around the 3.5-year mark of the show, and that's when our modern format started to really take shape. We didn't directly monetize anything until episode 179. That's when we brought in sponsors for the first time.
At episode 200, we started regularly having call-in interviews with influential people in our industry. This is also when we opened up supporting membership for our most loyal listeners. They pay a monthly subscription and get some fun perks in return.
At 4.5 years in, we unveiled another new studio. This one really kicked up the visual presentation. With new camera, new lighting, the overall aesthetics just went to a new level for us. Believe it or not, billboards have actually become a signature goofy marketing tool for us along the way. We've had several of them. It doesn't make a lot of sense if you think about a podcast having a billboard, but it's been a lot of fun.
We started a Discord for our show in 2021, about our 5th year in. That's become a very active community for our most loyal listeners. Shortly after that, we started live streaming parts of the show each week for supporting members. They can interact directly with us during the recording of the show.
In 2022, we celebrated our 300th episode, still never missing a single week. At episode 350, Tommy moved away to a different part of the state.
I left western northeast South Dakota, so we had to make some drastic changes to make the show work. That included a whole bunch of hardware upgrades, software upgrades, late night drawing board talks, way too many of those. But finally, in the end, we figured out how to make a seamless transition. The result was a show where you almost can't tell we aren't sitting in the same room.
We recently celebrated our 7th podcast anniversary, still never missing a week along the way. We've met some really cool people along the journey. That includes guests, listeners, sponsors, you name it. The people are the coolest part. So we haven't gotten filthy rich doing this podcast, and none of it's come easy. None of it's come fast. But we do make some decent money now, and we're able to do that while doing something that's still a lot of fun for both of us.
We don't know what's next for the Massenomics podcast, but we do know one thing for sure.
We're excited for the journey.
Massenomics.